It's a fun time of year again. Welcome to another craft video from items found at the Dollar Tree. Today I will be showing you how to make a potion box. From the Dollar Tree, you will need an empty Halloween-themed book box. This one says Apothecary on the front. This is the extra large size. It is very deep, as you can see. We want to be able to fit our potions in here. And you will be needing the biggest one you can find at Dollar Tree. There are other options you can get that says spell book on it. Tales of Terror. I will be using the Apothecary book. Next, you will be needing these small glass bottles. This is the smallest size. These were very hard to find. The medium size. And the large size. Try to get each of the different sizes, the small, medium, and large, so that you can create the greatest effect with the potion bottles. It makes it look very cool. You will be needing a foam block. This is called a floral cube. You will need this to cut away a staircase to stack your bottles. Since the bottles are so heavy, they need a support. Now you may be unable to find many of these items at the Dollar Tree. There are many of them that I could not find last year. But I found another outlet. You can go ahead and buy items like this, similar, from Temu. So let me show you these items now. If you can't find a foam block, there is this foam I purchased from Temu. It actually is much easier to cut and is very soft. I found these unassembled empty boxes called decorative boxes. They were the cheapest I could find on Temu, running around $5 each, if not a little bit more. It's completely flat and is a little bit bigger than the ones at Dollar Tree. When you take it out of the box, you realize there's a lot that needs to be worked on. The inside of the book is connected, and you have to bend these ends together. The cover is also not adhered to the binding, so you have to make a crease and then kind of push it outward and fold in the tabs. When I fixed one of these books, I cut the right edge, the top, bottom, and opened it up. I also glued the lid and the binding together so it wasn't apart. I also glued the tabs within the top and bottom part. It was the only way to make it usable. I ordered bottles from Temu, glass bottles that were 3.15 inches tall by 0.87 inches wide. These are clear and they come with a cork lid. You can find these by looking for mini glass bottles. These glass bottles are a little bit taller than the ones at Dollar Tree. When ordering the other set of bottles, I ordered this color called Peru. Also can be found under the colors khaki or amber. This is a 2.2 inch by 0.87 inch. I was hoping to match these small bottles, but they match the medium bottles almost exactly, but they're a little bit shorter. Last thing you need to order from Temu are potion label stickers. They usually come in packs of 50, and there are many different varieties from different sellers. They're all very unique and they're very different, but they don't come any smaller than this size. So first we're going to cut off the edge. After cutting off the edges, we're going to adhere it to our bottle. If you're looking for a label for the smaller bottles, you want to look for something that is similar to this, that has small writing and won't make such a big difference if they're cut down. You can see it's still a little too tall for our bottle, so I'm going to chop it down. It's going to be perfect. So this is a great alternative if you cannot find the bottles easily from the Dollar Tree. You can buy all of these items on Temu, the large bottles, the small bottles, and the labels, and cut them down to fit. And they look very similar to the Dollar Tree ones. In fact, they actually look a little bit more authentic. You will be also needing some scissors, and an X-Acto knife, something very sharp to help cut our foam block. We will be making a display case with our foam. I had to actually add some height to this, so couple pieces that I cut away, I took them and re-glued them to the bottom to add the additional height. So once you have it cut, you will be painting it So I painted mine this maroon color. I mixed deep red with phthalo green, and when I used my entire little bottle, I used crimson red with a little phthalo green. Just look for a dark maroon to match my box. So I want to show you how I got the height. So I took the height based upon the tall bottle, and if I lay it flat here, the top of the cork matches the layer where the medium bottles would be going. So the medium bottles will be matching all the way up to here. When they're flush, they are equal with the top of the foam block, and then our small bottles would be set on top. So each layer will be properly displayed from the small to the medium to the large, without obstructing the next layer above it. This is completely optional. You can also decide to light up your box with some string lights. They might be difficult to find in the Dollar Tree, so I found these on Temu. The battery pack is a small lithium pack. Comes with 2 batteries already installed, and this will be great to easily fit and hide into our box alongside the stand we're going to make. Color option number 1 is this nice warm white color. Option 2 is this vibrant green. And option 3 is this orange that did not have a flat battery base, but instead had this cork battery base. So I'm going to compare all 3 colors to our box to see which one will match the interior best. I think the orange lights up very nicely and will be great for the interior of our maroon box. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to glue our light string around the border inside the box, and then start assembling our display shelf with our potion bottles. So when I went to put in my orange lights, I first noticed that I was going to have a little bit of difficulty because of the cork light base. If I go to put it in the side here, I can shove it in mostly, but it pushes my display all the way to the left. So I had to come up with another option. So I actually took a pair of these clippers from the Dollar Tree, just regular old nail clippers for animals, and dug into the foam and plucked it out until I made myself a decent hole to put my lights. And when I put this in here, it actually fits all the way and leaves the little switch on the outside, and the display could be completely even. So this is a way, if you do get a cork light, how you can deal with it. So I have finished installing the orange lights. I will explain them to you. I have left extra cord from our battery pack and also from the end of our light string, so I can easily pull the display in and out of the potion box. I have glued the lights up the side with hot glue. It's not meant to look pretty right now, and we're going to work on that later. The rest of these lights will eventually be glued up the inside of the display so we can easily see the potion labels better. We are going to test 3 materials to see which one should cover our lights best. For material number 1, I have this purple. It has sparkle purple in between. You can see it here, it's like a mesh. Option 2 is this black material that has spider webs. It's also glittery. It's very pretty. I like this one. And third and last option is this table runner. Looks like this. I will be using this decorative mesh to cover the inside walls of our box. I will be using 2 layers that is thick enough to cover the hot glue, yet thin enough to let our orange lights shine through. I wanted to originally go with our spider purple mesh. It really shone up with the lights, but it doesn't match at all with our maroon display stand. The colors just really contrast. So instead, I'm going to be going with the black table runner. And we have it cut in half again. I'm going to put dots of my advanced craft glue down the sides of our 2 halves and glue them together. Now that our 2 halves of material are glued together, we're going to start gluing it to the inside of the box, with the puffy side facing outward. And take our material, and I'm going to fold it a little bit. Here's what it looks like with the material installed. Let's see how it looks with our lights. It's very spooky. I painted my light cord the same color as my display stand, the dark maroon, so it would blend in better. Now we are finally ready to glue in our potion bottles. First, I started with the medium-sized potion bottles. I organized them with how I would like them to look on the display. I glued a line down the back of the bottle and also on the base. I also repeated this with the stand, gluing the same spot of the base on the stand as well as up the back side wall. This would create better adhesion. Second, I decided to glue the large bottles onto the display stand next, so the stand would not be top heavy. I glued a line to the back of each bottle and repeated this glue line on the display stand back wall. However, I did not glue the base of each bottle down because I want the stand to be taken easily in and out of the box. Third, we're going to work on the small bottles. This will be the exact opposite of the large bottles. We will be gluing the bases only and not the back of each bottle. Next, I glued the light cord to our display stand. I had to remove one of the bottles so I can get the light string to lay flat. The lights are on the second and third shelves and will illuminate the front of the bottles. Let's put our battery base back in the side of the display and put it in the box. This is what the box looks like in the dark. And this is what the completed potion box looks like. This was a lot of fun to make, and thank you very much for watching.